I'm so torn. Okay, so I've like never told nobody the story before. But I mean, if you promise to keep between me and you, Alex, then I'll tell you. Cool? Bet. Okay, so some people might call this like a love story. But for me, I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case at all. See, I met this girl. Man, I met this girl. She was so popular. Everybody knew her. She was at all the parties. And I mean, it almost seemed like fun followed her everywhere. Crazy. So junior year, my cousin introduced me to her. Man, I mean, she had it all. Like, total package. Just like I said, she was a bundle of fun. But then, I mean, as we moved on, junior year in high school, senior year in high school, then some people would almost even call it like a toxic relationship. I mean, we had our ups and downs. I mean, just as every couple does, right? But at the same time, they said it was toxic. I looked at them and I said, no way. I said, you're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. Because, I mean, when you saw her, you saw me. And when you saw me, you definitely saw her. But toxic? I don't think so. I don't think so. But then it got to the point where I moved off to college. Then I go to college, and it seems like almost that those core beliefs and those core values that I had almost seem to be stripped away from me. And then through the midst of that, then started to hang out late and party, and then roll over late, and I almost wouldn't even wake up for church on Sunday. So I mean, with that being said, it was just like, this might be a little toxic, or maybe it's just me. So thinking about that and thinking about these things, it just began to become more clear to me than ever before. You see, she was my vice. And although when I had the best of times, when I was at the highest point of accomplishments, she was always right there beside me. And then even when I was down there at rock bottom, she still was right there by my side. I mean, who is this girl, you would ask? Who is this girl, right? You see, her name, it was alcohol. And the craziest part about her was, just like I said before, at every party, there she was. All the guys wanted to be with her, and I mean all the girls, they wanted to be just like her too. And then it got to a point where I began to realize, because I was so exhausted, I was so tired, because I would be depleted the night before, just partying and living it up. And I'm exhausted because on one side, I want to live in the world. And then on the other side, I want to wake up and go to church on Sunday morning and act like everything's okay. Just terrible. And it always brings back to my mind a verse. And it's in Matthew. And it really just spoke to me, and it said, for all of you who are weary and burdened. You see, the thing about that verse is, when you look at it and you really break the text down, he doesn't say, all you who are alcoholics. He doesn't say, all you who are greedy. He doesn't say, all you who have trouble with porn or even sex. It says, all you who are burdened and weary, I'll give you rest. You see, because I was tired. Living a double life, trying to please two crowds and trying to be with everybody, everywhere, all the time, that wasn't getting it done. And the thing that really hits home for me is the part of rest. Because I was trying to find rest in a place that was restless. I was trying to find hope in a place that was hopeless. I was trying to find light in darkness. Like, it didn't even make sense. But the crazy part about it all is, he's not asking me for nothing in that verse. He's just telling me what he offers. And when I look at it, it's like, wow. That's all I have to do is just give it up. I just have to let it go. So just leaning on that and just knowing it to be true, I'm just so glad that I didn't have to give anything just for what he offered freely. So with that being said, I don't know what your vice is in here today. I don't know what your struggle is. I don't know what your trouble is. I don't know what your pain is. But I just want to challenge you today, if you're weary, if you're burdened, then just try Jesus and just get some rest.